Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Season 2, Episode 3 of Satellite Gaming Satellcast. First and foremost, I've got a full crew again tonight with Kale, Matt, Chris, and Jay joining myself. We're going to be addressing the rampant next-gen rumors that are coming out. Whole whining that's been going, oh, well, you go ahead and announce yours first, so that way I can change my stuff. Like, no, first of all, it's stupid.
Sony is just a bunch of bitches. I hate them.
Whoa.
Shut up, boy.
Uh-oh.
There we go. All right. No, in all seriousness, though, we've actually got three sides to this equation here. Chris, big Sony guy. Jay, myself, and Matt are big 360 guys. And I'm sorry, Kale, I have to group you in with Nintendo because I don't have anyone else to put there. But
that's fine.
You have actually been supporting the Wii U as of late, and a big 3DS guy as well. And I'm on your side with the 3DS, but anyway, we've all got three sides to this equation. So first, the very first thing I want to address is I think, and Chris, I'm pretty sure even you can agree to this, and this is basically, all I want is a yes or no for each of you. Is the whole, whoever releases or announces what's coming out first, does that really matter? Just a simple yes or no, and we can delve into this later, but a simple yes or no. Chris, what do you think?
No.
Kale?
Nope.
Matt?
Nope.
Jay?
Yes. I mean, no.
No, I agree. It's a no. It really doesn't matter. Maybe we can delve into why, but I think we kind of delved into it a cast ago. But let's address. Kale, do you have a certain rumor you would like to address off the top of your head? I know we were talking about this before the cast, pre-recording.
Yeah, there's just the Durango or the Xbox 720 or the next Xbox, whatever you want to call it. I mean,
Xbox.
Next box. The next box.
Anyway.
I don't like that. Anyway.
Too bad.
Okay. Alright. Well, all the rumors for the next box just are annoying. I mean, they've been going on for over a year now. Oh, it's going to be at E3. No, they're going to launch it at CES. Oh, they're going to launch it at Comic-Con.
That's a big one, yeah.
It's every year. I mean, not every year. I mean, it's only been going on for about a year and a half, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just not going. When one rumor fails, there's the next one right there. Microsoft will announce it when they're damn well ready. I mean, they've already said that. Sony has said that. I mean, now this year, I believe it's going to happen this year. I do. But the
better,
problem,
they need to. Yeah.
But you need to, because I'm just getting so tired of hearing about it. Because by the time the thing is announced, I'm not going to give a shit. It's like, yeah, okay, yep, I've been hearing about it for a while now. Don't care anymore. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I understand people are just excited and people like to troll. But, I mean, as of late though, I mean, there have been some pretty credible things. Like for one, there was the one where the specs for the Xbox 360 was released, saying it's going to have a Blu-ray drive and 8 gigs of RAM in it and yada yada. That looked pretty credible. I can't remember exactly where I saw it, otherwise I would tell you the source, but and then as far as then there's the one with Sony with their saying that they're actually going to ditch the DualShock design controller for something new. But then again, we heard that at the PS3. When they were supposed to have
anybody remember the Boomerang controller?
Yeah, that wasn't even a rumor. That was real, and they ditched it last second.
Good idea.
Yeah, really good idea.
Don't fix it if it ain't broken.
Right. It's the Sony mantra. Kale, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. It's just, I don't know. It's just like it's getting out of hand. At this point, I just wish that they would have just announced it. Something. Anything.
Now, okay, here's I guess a curious thing. When it comes to the PS4, we're gonna stick with the PS4, just out of curiosity there. Dev kits are going out supposedly, yet another rumor. Does anybody, we talked about this a little bit in the previous cast, Chris and Kale, you weren't there, but, do you think the PS4 benefits with coupling the Vita with it? Anybody?
PS3 or 4?
Oh, the
People
PS4,
gotta
I'm
own
sorry.
a Vita first.
What's that?
People are gonna want to buy a Vita first.
Well, no, I meant like coupling it, packaging it as one. Maybe.
I thought you were talking like a cross-play.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I meant
I think that's just more of Sony shoving it down our throats. Oh, you're not going to buy it? Well, we're going to make you get it anyway.
Okay.
Isn't that a smart thing to do?
Well, I mean, I guess it is, but people are going to play it for a week till they realize that there's no good games out for the thing.
But
And
they
then
still
just go
sold
trade
it.
Yes.
If they're
No,
still
they
selling
sold
it though,
It's
then
cheating.
I mean, it's cheating. Okay.
It's cheating. It is. Yeah, you do have a point, but it is cheating.
Now, okay, here,
But-
oh, go ahead, Kale. I didn't know you were going to keep going. Sorry.
Oh, neither did I. I don't know why I said, but.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Chris. Now, the reason I actually asked the Vita question is because eventually we would like to talk a little bit more about the Vita. But as a primary, Sony gamer, does something like that bother you? Let's say the PS4 comes out, it's just they're only doing one system. They're going to do two systems. Let's say they're going to do two. You're going to have your regular one, then you're going to have the one you can buy with the Vita. Does that appeal to you at all? Or do you think, doesn't really matter?
It doesn't matter to me. I got the PSP when it first came out, and I liked it. It was sort of like I wouldn't say I dedicated time to it, but it was nice to have. But like with the Vita, I don't really have a need for it because I went through the PSP phase, so it doesn't really appeal to me. And I think I wouldn't say most, but a majority of Sony gamers would probably lean toward just getting the PS4 and not with the Vita. I don't think it appeals to many people.
Right, and maybe there's a big price point thing there too. If the system, what if it was only if it was only $50 more to get the one with the Vita, I would probably just go grab the one with the Vita as well.
I think a lot of people would.
Yeah, I would.
I mean,
$50 more, yes.
Yeah, I'm sure. I know that's completely ludicrous, and there's just no way it's going to happen. But it's interesting. I don't know if anybody else thinks anything about that. I know it's not possible, but price point's a huge
how much
difference.
is the PS3 going for right now?
They're like $250.
200.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I would say $350, you could get a Vita with it. A PS3. I don't know what the PS4 release price is going to be.
Probably
$1,000.
Yeah, that's very possible. Anybody got a ballpark estimate?
I'm going to say about 400.
400.
Yeah,
So
I'd say 400.
let's go 550, 600. You get a Vita and you get 2 games maybe with it.
Oh yeah, I'd probably love it.
I think that'd be a good Christmas bundle that they do. And yeah, I think it would really help.
All Stars, like PlayStation All Stars, and
Well, I think I would,
platform.
if I was Sony, I would push games that promote that crossplay, like the MLB and the Call of Duty or whatever it was.
If they did it with MLB, I think it would actually create more of a buzz.
I absolutely agree.
I don't know. Maybe I should just go work at Sony. Yeah. I don't.
Now,
That's a very popular PS3 game.
Now let's move on and kind of just as an overall concept. Does anybody remember the article on the 720? And this may affect you as well, Chris, being a Sony gamer. It may affect you, and Kale, maybe not so much on the Wii, but everybody. I recently read this again. It was announced a while ago that maybe for some reason the Xbox was considering ending used game sales. Now, that doesn't really affect Matt a whole lot, but someone like myself, Kale, I know that would affect you quite a bit. Jay, maybe a little bit. Chris, I'm not sure about you, how you stand on used games, but what do you guys think about not being able to buy a used game for your supposed system? Would you not buy the system?
I would not buy that system. Period. Flat out.
You would protest and then you would buy it because the new system wouldn't come out for 10 more years. You'd
I wouldn't
eventually
protest anything.
I might.
Protest is like not doing it, for like, and sending a message. I would just not buy it.
I would
become a PC gamer?
I would jump bandwagons. I would go either
Yeah,
over
I'd
to
go to
Nintendo.
different consoles.
But I'm saying if one gets rid of it, both are going to get rid of it. It would.
I think it's very
Okay, so if Sony and Microsoft both completely somehow eliminate used games, like you can't do it, you can't trade them in. You're going to jump to Nintendo, Curtis?
If Sony and Microsoft get rid of it, and I'm going to be a primary console gamer, at least I can buy used games on Nintendo.
So you'd rather buy used
happen, though,
Mario
because I feel
Sunshine? Yeah.
I just don't feel like that would
it
ever
is
happen
pretty
because
messed up.
GameStop would lose. Like they would know.
Because I'm sure Microsoft and Sony are concerned about GameStop's well-being.
They are. No, I'm pretty 90% sure that is where all of their sales come from. I mean,
GameStop-
some of it's used.
GameStop would still sell new games. I mean, they still get a massive amount of pre-orders for, Call of Duty and stuff, so it's not like GameStop's gonna go out of business. They're gonna hurt.
No, they would be
stores don't
cutting
make-
the 75%. They would be destroyed.
Well,
Yeah,
if
they don't make-
Microsoft or Sony or whoever said, all right, well, we're going to eliminate used game sales, that's going to affect developers, retailers. Like, I think it would just start this huge change. Like, it would be a complete revelation in gaming.
Right. And you think, like, this goes back to the Steam box coming out. If the Steam box is going to put the Steam, DLC, you're not going to be able to get used games for that. So I think this is coming either way. GameStop's going to hurt. I don't think they're going to go out of business. There's going to be a lot less of them. But I don't see how as long as I've known you, Curtis, I honestly do not see you going to Nintendo.
No, you're probably right.
I
But
see him going back to his Dreamcast.
yeah, hey.
Yeah.
Why is that a bad thing though? What's wrong with you guys?
Yeah, what's wrong with the Dreamcast?
Yeah,
it's
come on.
I didn't say it was bad. I said he'd go back to it.
That's true. I would probably just cry. All right.
Took up the modem to it.
But that definitely, we all agree. I mean, we're all gonna agree that affects what system we buy. Kale, I know you already have the Wii U, so I'm not gonna really count you in, but just for the argument's sake, you can if you would like. But if one system over the other, let's say Microsoft does away with used games, but Sony's like, well, we really don't care. I seriously doubt it would be like that, but I'm just hypothetically. If one was like, we really don't care. If Sony's like, we really don't care, is anybody here going to jump to Sony? I mean, Chris, you don't count. You're already over to Sony. But you can reverse it. If you're not a used game guy, it really doesn't matter to you. But does anybody jump bandwagons if one system quits and the others don't?
I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I like used games. I like, it's a cheaper alternative to some older ones, but I'll just buy the new one, man. It'll be alright. I'm not worried about that $20 difference that much to completely change I won't say style of gaming, but the games I'm familiar. I won't say familiar with, but the whole system I'm familiar with.
And okay,
Yeah,
Jay.
but then Garrett, there goes all of your sales. There goes like all your buy one get one half off, and there goes trading in and being able to get stuff for store credit.
Trading in is what kills me. Matt doesn't care, but
I don't trade in. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, just buy the new game.
dude, some of us aren't just swimming in pools.
Well, some of us don't buy every game that comes out every month, mister.
I don't. I wish I could.
You used to.
Wait, what if you're on the fence about a game now and you buy it used later on down the road?
Yeah, because you're not even going to be able to rent games, by the way. That's done.
Yeah. I mean, if you're on the fence about something and you buy it,
Do trials. I know it's not the same, but I mean, really, if you're renting a game for 3 days? I don't know. GameFly is the only place that rents games now anyway.
Right.
And I don't know many people that use that.
No, okay, so Matt, that doesn't affect you. Jay, you really haven't said anything on it. Is that enough to make you jump to Sony if Microsoft bans it or Nintendo?
I'm with Matt on that. I would just, if it was really that big of a deal, I think I would just suck it up. If I really wanted a game, I'd buy it. I mean, that's what I normally do anyways. I'll go to midnight releases for it. But other than that, if it's oh, cool, I'd like to get this someday, I'll wait till the price drops or something like that. I mean, I just got around to playing Arkham Asylum, and I got that for $20. I didn't need it. I wanted it. And a lot of that will just go back to the replay value I think I'll get out of a game, because I don't want to drop $60 on a game like Homefront and or Brink, which I've done both of those.
I'm sorry.
It's amazing.
Hey, me too. But I mean, I don't think I'll jump a bandwagon. I might not play a lot of new games. I don't know. I'll find other things. Maybe I'll go back to World of Warcraft or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Rift.
So I guess, Kale, is that enough to make you? I mean, let's say you didn't buy a Wii U, and you were just sitting there with you could only do Microsoft or Sony, and Microsoft bans new games or used games. What do you jump or do you say?
No, I don't like choosing.
Too bad.
You already know.
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I would jump completely. I mean, I wouldn't, hold on, listen to me. I wouldn't buy the Xbox off the bat. I wouldn't buy it for years. Wait till it's gone through like 3 different price drops till, the end of its console. Till then all the games are down to like $30 and $20 but that kills it. Being able to, like trade games in and get the credit for it and all that. I mean, it's not about like not wanting to pay full price for it. That's not how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it being able to get credit, not having to spend my cash on it. Taking in games I didn't like.
You spent your cash on it when you bought the game the first time. It's just
right. But then after I build up a collection, I like to, trade in. Especially when they do stuff. Yeah, when they do stuff like
you spent $600 to get a $60 game for free.
Well,
Matt, you're acting like
go
you've
spend
never shopped at
$600
GameStop before.
I shopped at GameStop all the time. I could probably trade in half of my collection for one new game, and that's not worth it.
I won't disagree with
To
you.
you.
But where I agree with Kale is, okay, you either, let's look at this. We both spend $600. Either I can get a game for free, or you can go drop another $60. Personally, I like free. But that's
I mean, you do what you want with your money, and I will do what I want with mine.
The topic was brought up. I'm just saying that
I know. Exactly, and I'm just making my point on the topic. Just because you don't like to buy used and trade your games in doesn't mean that everybody else thinks that way.
I didn't say that.
Well, I know, but
so
that's
what
you're saying. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah? So? Are you saying that my way is wrong?
No.
Yes.
Okay then. Yes.
Yes. I'll say it. I will honestly say it.
To me, to me, your way is wrong, but because that way doesn't work for me. But for you, no. I mean, obviously, because that's the way you want to go. I mean, that's perfect for you. I mean, you can't take away the options for other people.
Exactly. It does suck that you lose that option to do it. That's what I will agree with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't take away that option from the people who do like to do that. I mean, because that'll
the GameStop loyal for whatever reason or another.
Well, okay,
poor people.
I'm not saying, I don't know.
Or $600 for a new game.
For someone like me, that it's kind of bothersome. But like, I get where everybody else is coming from. If you don't even go to GameStop, what do you care about used games? If you go there like twice a year, what do you care about used games?
Exactly.
It really does not matter to you. I definitely understand that, but this is just my personal standpoint.
To me, it makes more sense if Curtis, it seemed like a knock on you because you seem to play your games for a little bit and you get bored of them really easy, but it's going to force you to think more before you buy the game. And I think that's a good thing.
No, you're absolutely right. Like, yeah, you would definitely think twice, 3 times, 4 times before being like, is this game really worth $60? Is Halo 9.8 really worth $60?
This coincidentally is not going to be its gamer rating.
That's where the game industry is going to start losing a shit ton of money. Because you're going to have people wait, like they're going to be like, oh god, I need to, I'll wait, it's fine.
I think they're going to lose money, but it's not going to be a significant amount. And you got to think, if they're not, people aren't going to buy the used version of it, they're going to get that new game revenue in its place.
Yeah, because the game companies don't make the money off the used games. So they're not losing a sale. In fact, those people that would buy the used money, that wouldn't be giving their money to the publisher in the first place, are going to reconsider and then just bite the bullet and end up buying it new and then get more money out of it. I mean, I think that at first the game industry might see a slip because people, with less GameStops, because let's face it, that's where most people go for games. So that's where most games are sold. That's where they're advertised most heavily. I think that the game industry would first see a slip, but because of the loss of GameStop, everywhere else is going to start promoting the games.
Yep.
People, especially Best Buy.
Ooh, Best Buy.
Best Buy. I don't know. Best Buy. Walmart probably buyers. I know Amazon's becoming big and stuff. With downloadable games, I think are going to really hit, like the Microsoft Store and stuff.
Right. So I think that actually the game industry as a whole would actually do good if used games went away.
They definitely get more money.
Yes, they would.
Okay.
And I think at that point, games would get lowered. Maybe, go back down to $50 like it was last year.
I could see, especially like the digital downloads, they could go to 50, 45.
Okay, no. The digital downloads should not need, first of all, the used games to go away for that to pick up. That's garbage.
Well, it shouldn't need it. I'm saying it's going to be, part of it.
Yeah, first of all, any developers that happen to be listening, any would-be developers, I can't really blame the developers. It's not them. any of the publishers, I'm sorry, any of the publishers,
Activision.
that happen to be listening, first of all, you guys not discounting the digital downloads is garbage, and you know it. You absolutely know it. Anybody else who wants to disagree with me, I would love for you to try, because it makes no sense. You're just pocketing all that extra money. And if you say it goes to your employees, fine, but you know what? I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. But I guess that's a topic for another time. But, Matt, you can go ahead and continue.
No, I think we are pretty clear on this now.
Okay.
We have exercised the demon.
Right. So, now, okay, like I said, there's 3 dimensions to us in here, 3 different systems. Kale, you're going to delve into this a little more in your review that we'll probably get a hold of, but I have to wonder, what appeals about the Wii U more? And you may end up buying both, and that's fine. But just think about it. What makes the Wii U more of an appealing system to the Durango and PS4?
I don't know. I can't answer that. I know there's no information about those systems.
I could tell you.
Here and now. You think it's the here and now that does a lot of it?
Yup.
I think that everyone's.
Yeah, I mean,
go for it, Cal.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I mean, I'm gonna buy another Xbox, when that one comes out. But as far as right now, I can't tell you what the Wii U appeals over the next one because there isn't anything about it. I mean, I got the Wii because I've said how many times on the show, I used to be a Nintendo fanboy, but the Wii killed it. The GameCube halfway through its life cycle actually is what killed it. But I mean, Nintendo's trying to get their hardcore gaming back, gamers back, and I like this system. I genuinely love this system for what it is right now. We'll see. Maybe my opinion will change a year from now. But as of right now, I mean, I'm back to Nintendo. I love this thing. I mean, they really did go back. But I can't tell you what the difference is going to be between the next Xbox. The next Xbox might come out, or the next PS4 will come out, and I'll throw this thing out the window and go get one of those.
Right.
I know. Ask me this question again after the consoles have been announced. I'll be able to give you a better answer.
Okay, now I guess the same question. Since none of us are really Wii U fans, it's kind of hard, or Nintendo fans. It's really hard to answer this question, but I would say objectively answer this question. Besides the obvious, but what does anybody in here maybe think? There's something that Sony or Microsoft could do that would make you see the Wii U as a superior system. Like, is it possible for us to be overwhelmed that much to make you change your minds? We're all pretty much delved into where we are at this point. We're all pretty much either hardcore Microsoft fanboys or Sony fanboys, and we all kind of deal with Nintendo. Sorry, Kale. In all honesty, is there anything that either of these companies can do to make you to just be so underwhelmed, Chris? At all? Is there anything?
They changed the controller. That actually would bother me to no end. It's one of the main reasons I like the PlayStation. The controller it just feels right in my hand. I don't know. It's a personal preference, I guess.
Because I absolutely hate PlayStation's controller. I always have, ever since the first one. It is just so lightweight, feels cheap. It's just the joysticks are nowhere near as tight and precise as the Xbox. I hate it. Hate that controller. I hope that they change it.
Okay, I hate
that's
the
a big
Wii.
reason why I don't like. Oh, I hate the Wii. I hate the Wii too.
That's why they had the GameCube attachments on the Wii. I never played that thing with the Wii controller.
I always wavered that stuff. Like, get this Wii remote away from me. Give me my wavered.
Yeah, what the hell is this? What is this 1 and 2? No. I don't want to.
A, B, X, Y, and Z.
No. I mean, the Nintendo 64 controller was better than the Wii controls.
Agreed.
No. I'm sorry, the 64 was just so bad, guys.
No. I mean, GameCube
at
was
least
the best.
you knew how to hold the damn Wii controller.
Yeah, I was like, what do I do with the third?
GameCube controller was the best.
They made the analog stick, alright? Like I said, Nintendo is, I mean, I give them a lot of credit for being completely innovative. Like, they are like Apple, you know? They suck and all the little, like, it's made for children to use, but they still give so much, like touch screens and all this stuff. Like, everyone bites off Nintendo's style. They don't want to admit it, but they do. Like, oh, they released the Wii, so, oh my god, motion sensing, it's the next best thing. What does Sony
I guess
do?
when you say everybody, you talk about Sony.
Well, Sony and no Xbox too, because they were just trying to figure out how to differentiate themselves with both of them with the Kinect. And now, I mean, like going back to the topic about if anything would ever push me away from Xbox, I mean, it scares the shit out of me to think that they're going for this more entertainment route. When, like, I mean, every time I've gone to an MLG event, Xbox, like, I mean, sometimes it's ran on PS3. Like, I think
there's a few
Black Ops was ran on a PS3,
Yep.
but I mean, Halo, that's the main event, and that's Xbox. Like, you're not going to take this system that has forged itself into being this like hardcore gaming icon and like let your like little girl watch Netflix on it. I don't know. Like, it's just like it's a fun thing to have, but I don't think Xbox should let go of what they are. Like, they should embrace what they are, because Nintendo sure as hell is doing it, and Sony doesn't know what they're doing.
They're doing whatever Nintendo's doing.
Nintendo, no, they focus on a certain
What do you mean
demographic.
Nintendo doesn't? What do you mean Nintendo doesn't
I said
embrace
Nintendo
what they
does
are?
know. Nintendo does know, because they are they're the only company that does know. They focus on a family, like on just fun games. Like, that is what they want to
They get
do.
some shit for it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not gonna go out and buy a Wii U, but I definitely see what they're doing, and I respect them for doing it. And they do get a lot of shit for it. But I mean, like, some little 10-year-old kid out there is gonna discover Wind Waker on the Wii U, and he's gonna get his mind blown. Like, I don't know. I mean, the nostalgia is for us, but for like people that are growing up now, that's all they know. Like, you're not gonna go out and buy a Super Nintendo. Like, I'm sure we all had a Super Nintendo or a Sega. Like, Jesus, Vector Man all night. Like, I don't. It's. I guess that's what they're going for. Nintendo wants to focus on one thing, and they've done a hell of a job sticking with it. Like, that's something I can give them.
You know what's really interesting with this cast? I definitely have to say it's really interesting. It all seems to come back to Nintendo. I think we all, no, I don't mean that in a negative way at all. For someone who's constantly trashing on Nintendo as much as I am, and probably we all have, it's amazing how we do give Nintendo the credit it does deserve when it is credit given as where credit is due. Obviously. Does anybody else have anything to say on these extremely rampant heavy rumors before we wrap up the cast for tonight?
I got a pretty good analogy for Nintendo, if you want to hear it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
it's like that uncle that everybody loves, but when he comes over for Thanksgiving, he just plays with the kids all day.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to keep them around, because Nintendo is older than. I mean, Sony probably not like as a company, but as far as the gaming industry goes, they're the oldest heavy hitter out there, and
they're the only original left, right?
Back in my day, we weren't able to do 64 bits of RAM.
Right. All right. Well, anyway, I wanted to go ahead and thank all of you guys for joining us. I'm really happy we had a full crew tonight. It was definitely a ton of fun. Thank you, Matt, Chris, Jay, Kale. Thank you guys for joining us. All of you for listening. Thank you very much. We hope you definitely enjoy Season 2 as opposed to Season 1. We're definitely trying to improve. Things to look forward to and things to look, for inbounds. We're going to have a Wii U review coming up in the next week or so from Kale. Definitely going to be giving you the ups and downs of Nintendo's brand new system. And hopefully we'll be talking about some newer games, maybe some GTA, Blacklist, Crysis 3, maybe Cyberpunk 2077. If you have any suggestions or would like to be on the show, please hit us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, please. Like us on YouTube. Definitely subscribe to us. If you have any suggestions, send us an email. Get at us on Twitter. We'll be more than happy to accommodate you. But thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next week.